Okay, so today we will tap on such thing as obstacle when we have a goal and at some point we meet some obstacles on our way and we don't know how to overcome them, right?
Hmm.
So we all have obstacles. So I would ask you to imagine, at first I would ask you to think, what do you feel when you meet the obstacle? What emotions comes to mind? What emotion? You have a plan and then you just hit it. So what emotions?
Um,
I get
some fear, maybe.
Fear. What else?
Sorry, I cut you off, Moss.
no, you're good. Go ahead. It's okay.
I don't know.
Okay, let's continue. You can still think about it.
I feel like, are you kidding me again? Is this really happening? I'm so over this. Like, sighing. And then I get like combative with myself and combative with whatever situation's going on. It's more like frustrated, is the word I would use.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Frustration. Anything
Hmm.
else?
I guess because I believe so much in like flowing with things that like when there's an obstacle, the flow stops, right? So then it's like frustration instead, and I'm aggravated, I'm annoyed.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, maybe I even start to become hopeless.
Mm-hmm. Anything else, Danielle?
Um, I guess overwhelmed. Like there's
Mm-hmm.
an obstacle, and it's like, yeah, maybe like an overwhelming feeling. Like, why is this here?
Mm-hmm.
How do I move past it? Or like, I'm exhausted. Why do I gotta deal with this?
Mm-hmm. Why do I have to overcome this? It's like, what? It's not fair?
um,
Like Nas said, it should flow.
yeah, I kind of feel like that too. I'm like, if something isn't working out, I'm like, okay, what is this like trying to tell me? Like, is this not the right thing to do? Um, if it was supposed, if it was the right thing, like, shouldn't it be easy? Like, why are there these obstacles, like, making it harder?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. For me, most of the times it's like sadness and disappointment. It's like maybe just not
Yeah,
for me.
Hmm.
yeah, I agree with that too. Like, disappointment, maybe if it's depending on what it is, it's like,
Yeah, but it's interesting that we're getting this idea that it should just flow. It should just be easy. The question is where did we get this idea? Because if you have any skill, you you didn't get it just by flowing. and gliding. If you know how to cook, you probably burnt a lot of stuff before you learn how to. If you know how to sew, you probably did a lot of wrong stuff before you learn how to do it, how to draw,
I
how
guess
to
when it like
dance.
keeps happening like back to back is when like the hopeless part comes in, because it's like for like my mind keeps going to like real estate, but even for not a soul, it's like these things keep happening, and it's like, when are we gonna catch like a break, some like light, instead of everything being difficult all the time.
Hmm. And the difference between what I just described and what you are talking about is that when you learn, like when you go to school, you have no option to quit. You just keep going. It's just expected that, like, okay, you just started. Few years later, you will see how you will, how it will change. You have no option to just stop doing it. And for example, like me with violin, like I know that before the violin start to sound, it may take like 4 or 5 years of practice. And before that, it's just like just suffering cat. So now I would ask you to imagine this obstacle. How does it look like for each of you? Like, what is it when you hear the word obstacle? If it would be some object or the person.
There's this like Greek or Roman mythology
Mm-hmm.
where like I don't know what his name is, but as punishment, the gods make him push up a boulder up a mountain,
Mm-hmm.
but it keeps redoing itself, and so he keeps, and that's just what I see is like this boulder.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And when you see this boulder that you are pushing the boulder,
It's in my way.
it's in
It's
your way.
huge.
And
It's
you're just pushing and pushing, and how do you feel when you're pushing?
I'm not even pushing it at this point. I'm just staring at it. And it's
Staring at
not
it.
even on a hill. It's like on flat ground.
So should you push it to the mountain, to the like highest point of the mountain, or you just should push it on a flat surface?
I see it on a flat surface, but I don't even want to push it anymore. Like I just don't even want to put up with it.
Okay. It means like what? You gave up?
It doesn't mean, I guess it means that I want to give up, not that I gave up yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does it mean that you are looking for another way to overcome this obstacle? Or it's only way to push it?
I can literally go around it.
You can.
But in my vision, I don't even want to do that.
You don't even want to walk around it?
No.
You're persistent.
I
If there
know.
is a boulder, I need to push it.
Even the most persistent person, though, can start to get tired, I feel like.
Okay. Okay. What about
Tired
you?
is a good word to use.
Mm-hmm. Tired?
Hmm.
Okay. What about you, Daniela?
Um, I kind of see like two different things. Like there's like one side of it where it's just like this endless like tunnel. It's like a black tunnel. There's like a light at the end of it, and I just like keep going, but I'm never really getting closer. And then there's like another side of it where I'm just like staring at this like huge wall, and I'm like, how do I
Mm-hmm.
come over this? And there are times like I picture, like if I think back to things that I have overcome, a hurdle and another one, but that it's just like there's just like walls. Like come over one and there's another one, and there's another one, there's another one, like that.
Mm-hmm. So, what do you feel when you know that you overcame a lot of walls and there is one more on the
And
way?
more, like
Okay, there are more walls. So, what do you feel about it?
frustrated.
Frustrated. When you overcome the wall, how does it make you feel when you overcome it? Overcoming it, when you overcame it.
I don't feel like good because, like I said, it's like then there's another one, and it's like I'm never getting to the end, which I don't know. I guess I'm trying to get to a point where things just flow and it feels like we talked about, like it's not doesn't have to always be difficult. Like there will always be like challenges and obstacles in life, but like I feel like it's been a long stretch of that. So like
Mm-hmm.
when does it start to get a little bit like flow easily kind of thing?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So let's take a hot air balloon with a basket and let's load it with all these emotions: fear, overwhelmed, frustration, aggravation, annoyance, hopelessness, sadness, disappointment, everything that connected with the fact when you meet the obstacle, one more obstacle. Also, you put this picture of boulder, the emotion that you are tired, endless tunnel, huge wall, frustration, and the fact that obstacles will always appear again. And then you put there all emotions connected to this fact. And then you put all physical sensations. And then you untie everything that holds this basket on the ground. And you let it go. Is it going up? Mm-hmm. Good. Now, Nas, mute yourself. Mm-hmm. Start tapping. I'm letting it go. All my sadnesses, all my fears, emotional traumas, dramas, anger, resentment, guilt, shame, judgment, abandonment, betrayal, helplessness, hopelessness, feeling of no control, rejection, and everything else that support my problem. Everything else that support my fear of obstacles. However I feel it, however I know it. All the ways I know there are obstacles in my life. All the ways that I'm expecting that it should just flow. Everything in life should be flowing. I'm letting it all go. All my frustration, annoyance, feeling tired, sad, disappoint, disappointed, feeling helpless, hopeless. I'm letting it all go. This endless tunnel and a huge wall, whatever it means for me, whatever it represents, I'm letting it go. The boulder, however I feel it, however I know it. I'm so tired of these obstacles. I don't even want to touch it anymore. I don't even want to push this boulder. I don't even want to go around it, even if I can. Even if I can pass by the obstacle. I'm so tired. Obstacles are so serious, especially when I see them as a boulder or a huge wall. Maybe I can just let it go. The seriousness of how I look at the obstacles. Maybe I can allow myself to think that obstacles just part of the process. And maybe I can allow myself to think that it's not so big, not so huge, not so heavy, not so endless how I imagine it. Maybe I can even allow myself to think that I can easily overcome these obstacles. I can find a way to overcome the obstacle with ease. And maybe I can start to do it now. Just accept the fact that it's up to me now how I will perceive the obstacles. Will I make them huge? Or I will look at them as like on a bump on the road. It's up to me now. It's my choice. And I can choose what's best for me and let go of everything else. Just let it go. Just let it go. It's safe. I am safe. Grab your wrist. Take a deep breath. Blow it out and say word peace. Now unmute yourself and share. How do you feel? What happened?
I don't know. I was feeling kind of like agitated or maybe like anxious, I think. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started to like relax.
What about the wall? Is it still huge wall?
No,
No.
it like shrunk down and was step over it.
Okay. What about you, Nas?
It turned into a little pebble and I put it in my pocket. Well, at first I was thinking of blowing it up, but then I was like, then it's just gonna be everywhere. So I was like, why don't I just shrink it?
So it's up to you now.
Yeah.
So the obstacle. When you meet the obstacle, you have a plan and you meet the obstacle on your way. And knowing there were like a lot of obstacles before. Even when you were learning how to walk, I'm sure you had your falls, like we all did. How do you see now the obstacles? What do you feel towards them?
Me.
Go, look, whoever. Excuse me.
It doesn't feel so scary. It just kind of feels like it's just like this, like ebb and flow, like just move through them. Like,
Yeah. Okay. So it's not scary, but like what? It's like part of the process now.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. What about you, Nas?
Um, it kind of just reminds me of like flashing back to all the times in my life that I have like gone over an obstacle and how it's in the end made me even more valuable
Mm-hmm.
or knowledgeable or experienced or whatever word you want to use. Um, that's how I see it now. I guess when you were saying like to not take it serious, that kind of changed my perspective of it because when there's an obstacle, I'm the one that's making it this big thing, and I could actually just make it this small thing and then like be done with it.
Yeah. It's up to us.
Yeah,
We can, allow our mind just go wild. Excuse me, go wild and imagine.
I feel like Naz and I used to be pretty good at that. Like when we started the company, there were a lot of we had a lot of mental breakdowns, and there was a lot of um, obstacles we had to overcome. But I feel like we faced those like I always had this saying. It was like our motto, like there's no problems, only solutions, right? Like that's what we. And I think it's just been so many years of that that we got tired.
yeah, I
You got tired
100%
of
agree.
you got tired of um, looking at the obstacles as the huge problems. I hope.
um, well, I think like you said now, we kind of and that's not to speak for us, but like I'm kind of thinking like the same thing with it's not so serious. I took that as like, yeah, this is just part of the process. And I think we're looking at it as like, or I'm looking at it like, oh my God, it's this, it means something. Like when it's like, no, it's just, that's just, you know, part of,
Learning experience.
yeah, this is how
The
you're going to learn,
Yeah.
this part of it, like whatever it is.
And sometimes obstacles, they just give you new ideas. They redirect you somehow to the better options
Yeah,
that you didn't know, didn't see before.
Yeah. So instead of looking at it like a bad thing, looking at it more like, what is this trying to teach me? What is this telling me? Like, you know, like that in a more positive way.
So obstacles are not so bad after all.
No.
If we look at this as a learning experience, as a something that is like, if we are looking at from the perspective of like universe is guiding us, for example, that's something that is given to us to, like you said, Danielle, like to teach us, to show us something. But we are so focused, usually so focused on like we know how it should be, but we see only one way.
Or like, why is this happening to me? Like,
Yeah,
it's a good way to think of it, but it's like, don't think of it like in a negative way. Think of it as like, okay, what is this trying to teach me? Like, what is this trying to tell me?
Mm-hmm.
the
Um,
the better question is not why, but like what for.
hmm yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're not afraid of obstacles anymore, right?
no,
So will they stop you?
no.
Now, so you should collect the pebbles. After that, you will create the mosaic, something like this, like for memory, like full of valuable
Lessons.
experiences.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So thank you so much. It was very interesting session, I think.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anna.
You're
I
welcome. You're
appreciate
welcome.
you.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good day. Bye.
You too.
Thank you. Bye.